bowling.
We get a lot of, and bowling, and there's a lot of bowling as well. I had to learn how to bowl in order to do this part.
Bowling with the
I'm
vampire
not
nails.
joking. That's, yeah.
Wow, bowling.
Okay, that's the second interview that I've done where he mentions the bowling. I'm very excited to see actually how much bowling there is for Daniel in season 2. Armand would be I said this online, but I didn't say this in a video yet. Armand would be absolutely fascinated by the ball return machines. What's up? Hello. Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven, and I am here again to do some live reacting to San Diego Comic-Con SDCC2025 interviews from the various outlets as they talk to the cast and crew for Interview with the Vampire. Now, the Vampire Lestat as it enters season 3. There's been a lot of interesting talk about, like, is it going to be confusing for people? First of all, the only way that you can access the show is either on cable with AMC or online with AMC Plus, and I don't think it's going to be easy to miss. I mean, I don't think it's going to be easy to miss at all. I think you're going to have to try hard to avoid this show once it comes out, as far as AMC's push to get you to watch it. I don't know how it's going to work long term, though. If you search for Interview with the Vampire, is this show going to show up? Will it be in the metadata? I don't know how that'll work. I also don't know. Somebody asked a good question. I thought it was a good question anyway, on the on one of my TikTok posts about it. I think they said, "Hey, isn't this all just like a scheme to save money on the actors' contracts because everybody gets a pay bump in the 3rd season?" They keep referring to this one as a 3rd season, though, so I don't know that that's the way that this is going to play out, actually. We did talk about that once upon a time on the podcast, that it is in the way that Netflix works, for instance. They basically don't do anything over 3 seasons ever. And the reason is because everybody's contract skyrockets. All the main cast skyrocket after the 3rd season. So they just don't ever go there. Ashley and I are going to record in the next couple of days for our next book club episode. We've got a movie night on the way next week, a week away. We're going to start Blood Canticle this week with our podcast. And then next week, we're going to be talking about the film Shadow of the Vampire from the year 2000 with John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe, amongst others. Great movie. I just watched it tonight. As a matter of fact, I really enjoyed it. All right. I'm going to get right into this, and we're going to start watching with the Entertainment Weekly interview. This is the first interview that I've seen from 2025 that included Mark Johnson in the discussions. I'm excited to hear what he has to say, if anything.
Did they all? Yeah, no. This one, well, I don't know. They've all been well loved.
I feel like last year you came through Comic-Con and you were already, I feel like, prepping, kind of talking about getting into this. How long has the runway been for like Rockstar Lestat prep?
It's got like pretty long runway, right? But I think because last Comic-Con we had just shot the teaser, and it was like a draft sort of idea, like we're doing this, and then Roland went off and wrote the season after that. And so now we're doing the real thing. So it was almost like we were pretending to do Rockstar last year, and now we're doing the real thing. We're like right in the middle of shooting right now. So
amazing.
Okay, that is a fascinating look at it. And obviously, in retrospect, it's true. That's absolutely what happened. But the teaser was so freaking good. The fact that they basically came up with that on the fly, it seems like, or at least with very little prep time after getting it all greenlit and approved from the network. Roland has said from the very beginning that season 3 was why he joined the show. That was his pitch, started with the Vampire Lestat and then went backwards. So we knew we were going to get here eventually if AMC let him. But the fact that they look at Longface and even that teaser video that we all drooled over so much from last year as sort of kind of a rough draft, that's fascinating. It makes me wonder what they're doing now.
Even like a dress rehearsal. There we go.
I was about to say, did anything about the teaser influence how you then went and wrote it?
We got to get better. That was
You're like, this didn't work. We have to change it.
I think the enthusiasm for the teaser here is what drove it.
Yeah, that's true.
You always owe something to the Comic-Con beast. You got to feed the beast.
That's true. Don't we all know it?
Yeah.
Were there any like specific influences where you went when writing our Rockstar Lestat?
Speaking of feeding the beast, I am currently feeding the beast an episode, a video every day. So you're welcome.
Well, you do the usual thing. You read about 5 or 6 different, rock tour. Whatever. Then you got this thing. You owe everything to.
Yep.
And then I don't know. And then I got Daniel Hart, who has this vast musical experience, not only for composing our show, but fronted his own bands. And so there was a lot. It was more the tonnage of it all, and starting to winnow it down to what are we doing. And a lot of conversations with Sam and Jacob and this guy. And we're still we're still making it. Yeah.
Eric just did a face like, did you?
We had conversations.
Eric, I do want to throw it to you. How is Daniel dealing with life as a vampire when we catch up with him?
Seems like he's enjoying it so far, at least from the end of season 2 and his inclusion in the teaser.
It's traumatic, but he doesn't want to show how traumatic it is.
Sure.
Daniel's way of dealing with fear is anger. So we, right? He's nodding and
No, I'm just saying, interesting. I'm fascinated by what you're saying.
I mean, we get a lot of bowling, and there's a lot of bowling as well. I had to learn how to bowl in order to do this part.
Bowling.
I'm not joking.
Wow, bowling.
Okay, that's the second interview that I've done where he mentions the bowling. I'm very excited to see actually how much bowling there is for Daniel in season 2. Armand would be I said this online, but I didn't say this in a video yet. Armand would be absolutely fascinated by the ball return machines.
Bowling and angry bowling, or just those are the two?
It's pretty angry bowling, right?
Sure.
In fact, we did
Pretty good bowling.
We did a shot the other day where he wanted me to throw the ball down and immediately turn my back, not even know whether it hit or not. And I did 2 in a row. I hit 2 strikes in a row.
It's
right?
true.
And just with a lot of anger.
I promise you, in the cut, one of the strikes will be authentically from Eric Bogosian's hand.
There you go.
Amazing. What scoop?
Right? Come on, we're only 3 minutes
This is
into
what I
this
was
thing.
looking for. Yeah. Jacob, for you, how does the perspective shift kind of affect how you play Louis?
Boy, this is going to be one of the most divisive things about this season, I think. There are a lot of show first fans that came to this entire series and this world through the TV series that are Jacob first fans, honestly, that are Louis first fans. And the idea, I will say this, and we had talked about it, I think, once upon a time on the podcast. I've been so caught up in the change and the move to the book that I love the most, the Vampire Lestat, that I haven't thought about it in a while, honestly. But I did somebody say in critique, the optics just from the show of building a show on the back of a person of color, and then moving that show in the 3rd season to focus on a white blonde man. It's not great. It is the story of the books. And I will say this, Louis, who effectively disappears for whole books in the book series, just won't do that in the show. And we know that he won't do that in the show. It's clear. Jacob is a big part of this. He's integral, and he'll be there from the go and all the way through.
I mean, it's interesting because Louis is not super happy about the book.
Sure.
So
Everyone's
So I haven't seen the teaser, the trailer that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con, because I didn't want to watch it in bootleg form. I want to watch it in high quality the first time that I see it. But I've heard that Lestat makes it pretty clear that he did not care for Louis's book. I did not know that Louis did not care for the book either.
angry.
Yeah, I think Louis will probably be grateful to an extent about Lestat getting his feelings out. Probably, I haven't really started yet.
Fair enough.
But so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just how much
That's interesting too. Jacob hasn't really shot yet, as of last weekend anyway.
music are we getting?
Quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's that been for you? Is that fun?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
fun. The music sort of came first, which was is an odd way to go about a show that is so dialogue heavy and has always been so dialogue heavy. So was kind of like a interesting shift to go from very complicated, kind of, wildly structured sentences to like melody and more simplified verses that need to kind of like, meet up music. So it was kind of like, whoa, what's going on? And I kind of flailed around and screamed around a little for a while.
That's how we built it, though. A lot of the songs came in first because we knew what you didn't want is songs that just drop in because you wanted them dramaturgically as part of the text. So quite often we would build scenes and story arcs around a song that Daniel had just gone off and written himself. And go, I think Lestat would have sung this, and they were like, "Whoa, what is that?" And then we'd sit around going, "Oh," and start building it around that. So.
Yeah. So like,
and we're around.
God, I can't believe that they're doing this. Like they're really doing it. This is the songs that Anne wrote in the book are not great. She is not a lyricist. She is not a songwriter, and it shows. The stuff that whoever it was that did the Queen of the Damned soundtrack had like the right sound for that moment, but did not seem to hew right for Lestat to me, particularly because the Lestat in that film is not Lestat. Like it's a cosplayer. Anyway, this is it, man. This is what we asked for, and I cannot believe that we're getting it.
We're around the music all the time. I mean, this music is constant while we're shooting and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I'm like washing dishes and I'm like singing these tunes to they won't get out of my head. They're so infectious. So
Written earworms. They're like, he's very, very talented.
Sam heard some right before we started. So I
it's
played
so
some.
good. This was my favorite part of Comic-Con. I'm just going to tell everyone I got to listen to the opening credits of Interview.
Boo! Boo that they haven't released anything yet. Y'all, come on. Give us another teaser song like you did last year. At least one. Drop one and blow our minds for the rest of the summer. Pretty please.
It's kind of like musical-esque in that the music plays into the story, not in terms of like literally breaking
Yeah,
into
we don't
song,
break
but-
out the song. Right? He's on a rock
Not a
tour,
literal,
so
yes.
songs will be sung. So
Yeah.
a lot of them are on camera performed,
Yeah.
and then a lot of them are tied to memories that we have, which is a way to go. Then sometimes we get super weird with them.
Great.
And sometimes they're wallpaper too for storytelling. But it's not a musical, but it's a drama. It's actually might be a comedy. Who knows what this is? What we're making right now. But it's a big old.
It's going great.
Yeah.
I will say, if the thing's starting with the end result, what we know is to come at the end of the Vampire Lestat novel, and then Lestat like looking dead at the camera and going like, I bet you're wondering how I got here. I wouldn't hate it.
You're going into a third season.
It's a wild little
work in progress.
Yeah.
How does Lestat's mom coming into the picture kind of affect him?
That's a big question.
Sum it up in one sentence, please.
It affects him greatly. Yeah.
You actually did it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It's fair. It's hard to talk around.
She definitely she's here.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Oh boy, we know, Jacob. We know. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll just say, feels like Sam's already done some work with Jennifer Ely, and I am super excited to see the two of them on screen. Ashley and I talked all around her the other day when we were discussing this news in our latest episode. But one of the things that I think both of us forgot to mention, and somebody brought up in one of the comment sections, was that she's had a long run on Downton Abbey, I believe. I at least don't watch that show personally. I don't know whether Ashley does or not. I don't think so. I don't think either one of us are into Downton Abbey yet. I should say, because we'll get there, I'm sure.
This is
Read
like the
Anne
second
Rice.
time we brought up Fight Club and Comic-Con. This is amazing. Okay, we're going to switch gears a bit. I'm going to hand you guys basically tweets, X's, I don't know what we call them now, from your fans. You guys are going to read them and just, share your thoughts, your reactions, if they're theories.
Why is anybody still using X, by the way? Y'all just move to one of these other platforms. If everybody would just agree on one of the other ones, then I would go there. If it's Blue Sky, it's Blue Sky. If it's Mastodon and we're all tooting, that's fine. I don't think it's going to be. I'm on Threads. I'm not going to be on X again, though. I miss some of y'all, though.
theories, you can debunk them however you're feeling. I'm going to hand you this one because you'll see why.
Can we read it now?
You don't have to read who it's from, but you can just read what it is.
Well, the name.
Oh, you can
this
do it
is
if you
from
want.
Jello and Juggernauts. Sounds like a wrestling name. Okay, so my vision board for Rockstar Lestat is inspired by the movie Velvet Goldmine and the band Maneskin. If they fully commit, he'll be unapologetically slutty and androgynous. He already wore a corset in season 1, and it would be a crime not to see him in one again in season 3. So what do you want me to say about this?
Well, I'll save you. I'll throw it back there and say, will we see a corset? Are you going to go write that in
I
now?
just think Jello and Juggernauts is going to be general. I don't know about Manskin, but is the way I get in here? Thank you, sir. It's also a personal stylist and
Is it my
groomer.
hair?
Jello and Juggernauts is going to have a fine time with season 3.
Yeah, you're gonna get what you want pretty quick.
Okay.
A corset in episode 1, Sam? I mean, they did specifically call out Rocky Horror Picture Show as one of the influences in one of the panels or something last year. And when you say that, you know he's going to be in a corset at some point.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, Jacob, I'm going to hand you. I don't know. Well, maybe I don't agree with this one, but I'm going to hand it to you.
Uh-oh.
From Nolan Leaks. Okay. They're an absolute raging dumpster fire of a couple, but I love them, Your Honor. Hashtag interview with the vampire. Yeah, I do agree. They are
Well,
I
famously
agree with Sam.
Very accurate.
I mean, an absolute dumpster fire. Okay, yeah, I guess they are. But,
Yeah.
but I just love them so much. I don't want to call them a dumpster fire.
The imagery of it, I don't know if I know what that dumpster fire is, but the imagery of a dumpster on fire, it feels pretty accurate for them. It makes me think of that scene in is it Mulholland Drive or Inland Empire with the guy behind the diner? Mulholland Drive. Yeah, it makes me think of that guy behind the drive, which I think is that existential dread and
That's true.
like
very
foreboding.
romantic film as well.
Yeah.
About
Reminds me of
an
Who's
awful
Afraid of
relationship.
Virginia Woolf. That's
Yeah.
Liz and Richard fighting it out in the Edward Albee movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just tooth and nail.
I mean, and it's Streetcar Named Desire, and it's, Rhett and Scarlet, and it's all sorts of things. If Louis or Lestat, either one, were your friend, you would tell them not to be with the other one. In the books, we do get our happy ending eventually. I don't know how soon they're going to give us one in the TV show, but it is fiction. It's not real life, and so the fact that these two don't always lead each other in the right direction is not something that we have to tut over, as long as we recognize that and don't try to emulate it in our lives.
But they really should be apart, Liz and Richard. I think Louis and Lestat should be together, right?
Yeah.
Eventually.
See, that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm gonna hand this to you.
Whoa. A chaotic queer collab. We need Chappelle Rowan and
Yep.
Vampire Lestat.
You did it. Which I do think, I will say, there's also a visual that's pretty incredible.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, why are you gonna hang Mark Johnson out to dry like that? You know damn well he's not gonna know who Chapel Roan is. Yeah, listen, that album, so fantastic in so many ways. The one that I currently cannot get past is what is it, Red Wine Supernova? Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah, Lestat would be a big Chapel fan.
Yeah.
You and Chapel.
I will say that in terms of Chapel Roan, that Daniel Hart did tell me, a couple of months ago that he spent an entire week listening solely to Chapel Roan. And I think there's probably a song that feels quite like her
Quite
work.
Chapel?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we get a covers album of the Vampire Lestat songs sung by other actual real world major artists? Oh, I didn't know that I needed that. I've thought the reverse before. We even did it on the podcast. Like, what if we got a covers album from the Vampire Lestat? Or what if the Vampire Lestat was a jukebox musical and we had to use pre-existing music that he would sing? What would we do? But yeah, now I need a greatest hits of the Vampire Lestat album done by Chapel Roan and friends. Fucking Brandy Carlisle, Vampire Lestat. Yes, please.
This one?
Have you strategically planned
From
who gets which one?
I actually
Ashia
haven't.
Monet. Sunday is for rest and watching Interview with the Vampire. It says so right there in the Bible. It's true.
It
It's
is,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
Leviticus.
Sunday, I'm trying to think of something really
Leviticus.
funny to say here. And Sunday dinner, hopefully on somebody's neck, is
Yes.
also required every Sunday.
Also in the Bible. you
Yes,
know?
also in the Bible.
Okay, last but not least, let's pass it over.
I'm on record as loving the gimmick interviews, by the way. Like, it's not deep dives, that they're not going to reveal all of the hidden secrets, but you can get flavor with the gimmick ideas.
From Velvet UFO, Velvet UFO, Velvet Tofu. Yeah. I don't know.
It's pronounced UFO.
What? UFO? Okay, great. With Lewis still in the story, there's so much they could do with Lestat's weird-ass relationship to his mother. I personally want to see them explore her gender identity more in the show than what is alluded.
True.
It's pronounced Louis, by the way.
Did I just say Lewis?
You did.
Lord, guys. Yeah, you just see it. So,
Old news.
oh, my brain. Okay.
It's all right. Anytime that I say Louis here in a recording, Riverside, the platform that we use to record these episodes and most of my videos, period, it always transcribes Louis as Louie, never with the S. And if I say Lewis, then it does it Lewis, interestingly enough.
Velvet, you're going to be, look, we kind of passed that question last
Yep,
time.
yep.
She's coming in like an asteroid. She's
Yep.
coming in like an asteroid into season 3. She's about to destroy everything in her wake. So there you go. How about that?
Yeah.
In many ways, and I've said this before in our book episodes, I think Gabriella, they're going to refer to her with her Italian name in the show, apparently. She is an extension of, or an expression of, Anne's own gender expression. You know, Anne Rice was on record as saying that she never felt much connection to gender, period. And in her opinion, all the vampires transcended gender by their very nature. But I think Gabrielle is a great expression of that on the page, and I'm hoping that we're going to get that in the show as well.
My most important question, can you possibly top the final scene of season 2 with the two of you? Because
It's a big question.
not to put pressure on you.
Technically, it's not the very final scene. She's referencing the hurricane scene there where they make up sort of, and they hug and embrace as New Orleans blows away in a hurricane.
You do it?
I mean, is there going to be an opportunity to do it? Is the question. You know? Then they may not be on the.
You don't make a season 3 because you can't beat a season 2.
Well
Good answer.
played. A plus.
That's wrap the interview
Okay,
up. You're not
last
going to
but-
get better than that. Come on now.
Not least, what is a supernatural creature you think should be real?
Unicorn.
Oh.
I was gonna say
So I know there's that A24 movie out where the unicorn is like hunting the people because they accidentally killed a baby or something, or stole a baby. But even before that movie existed, my son had told me for a long time, my 17-year-old who's a D&D dungeon master and player, he says, unicorns, Dad, scary as hell, man. People don't understand.
say an elf because it was like the first thing I thought of.
I mean, that's nice.
Little garden ones, you know.
Oh,
like,
the
you know,
gnomes?
no, not a gnome. Like like in what's that film, The Secret Garden? Like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, The
and they
Secret
go
Garden.
into then they've got little elves in the garden.
Sure.
I think
Yeah.
that's quite a sweet thing.
That's really
That would be
nice.
nice.
Or Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell would be nice.
Yeah.
That's sort of the
Tinkerbell-
subset of your-
Specifically, or fairies.
both.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
technically. Yeah.
I'm voting for the Tooth Fairy.
Tooth.
I'd love that.
Oh.
Nice.
It does feel like we should be rewarded
I
for
want
listening to
to
you.
go with the unicorn. I think that's better.
Who's Santa Claus? brother Krampus, who goes
Fred.
and beats people with sticks.
Fred Claus.
Yeah.
Sure.
Krampus. Yeah.
I think that's a misunderstanding of the Krampus myth, Rollin. I don't think it's Santa Claus's brother.
Krampus.
Should be real.
Yeah, totally.
The kind of violent, aggressive Santa Claus. that-
You know what? He
Throws
he
super
balances the world out. Like everybody.
Why do you hate Christmas? That's
I
crazy.
love Christmas, but I think also there's some people who don't deserve the greatness of Christmas every year. And so Krampus comes there, settles that, and then the next 2 years they get, that kind of thing.
I feel like if we get, we need both things to be real. If we get Krampus, we get a unicorn.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't, like Krampus is the only that's
That's a
real.
wild word.
And personal growth for Krampus. I think it's
Also,
this is a show.
unicorns can grant power to other beings.
Can they?
Yeah, like unicorns are all rounders. That's why I said unicorn, because they
Human
can
beings or other beings.
all of the above. Yeah,
I love. How do you know so much about unicorn?
I just
Great
love
question.
unicorns. I know.
Jacob's over here just writing fanfic.
It's great.
The origin. When did you first love and when did it happen?
Yeah. When did you first?
When did you
love-
first
it.
love
Go
a
deep,
unicorn?
yeah.
This is the beginning of my relationship with unicorns. I think it's because they're kind of plausible. I think as a kid, like Santa Claus was spoiled for me like very, very young.
Oh.
So I think I just needed to find a thing. So I believed in unicorns for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe unicorn might be more common in British, like childhood literature that you're exposed to. I'm just thinking he sounds to me like a Bigfoot kid, right? Like I don't know about you, but I was way into the idea of Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster and cryptids generally. I was 100% there for when I was 9, 10, 11.
I know reindeer are real, but like Santa's reindeer not being real really affected me. So a flying animal is incredible. Yeah.
Did you ever eat reindeer? No?
No.
It's really common in Sweden.
Oh.
They eat it.
No.
Did you?
I did, sadly, unknowingly. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was kind of confronting.
I hope that's how we lead with images. That Sam Reed has eaten reindeer.
That's the lead. It is how we're ending this interview. So I'm glad. Honestly, that was my goal. I was like, how do I get to
That's the
eating
sound bite.
reindeer? And we got there.
Watch out, Rudolph.
Coming to ruin Christmas with Krampus. Eat your reindeer.
I think Lestat would absolutely eat reindeer.
Played by Eric Bogosian.
You make a
Amazing.
great
Make a great Krampus.
Krampus.
Oh yeah.
Rudolph.
No. Amazing. Well, thank you guys for stopping through. This was so much fun.
Poor Mark Johnson.
Stay tuned to EW's YouTube. We will be live all through Comic-Con and of course EW.com for all your Comic-Con needs.
Okay, really good interview from Entertainment Weekly. Congratulations on that one. But like genuinely, poor Mark Johnson showed up just to mispronounce Chapel Rowan's name. Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. All right. More of these interviews coming up right here on the channel, so stay tuned. And thanks to everybody who's been watching all of our videos on the channel lately. We got a lot more coming your way. You can find all of that and a lot more right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in a position to support us, we'd love it if you joined us at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. Until next time, I've been Joel for the Articulate Coven. Thanks, everybody.